family. Greetings. Welcome to YouTube. King Simon presents. Yeah, baby. Like Ray Higgins used to say, yeah, buddy. How y'all doing, family? What's up, family? How y'all doing? Who's chiming in to hear the blue pill from the twin pillars coming in? I know you usually hear them on KTL. I know you usually hear them on Brother Richard's channel, Black Magic 363. I know you usually hear him on Sonetta TV or Baba TV, but he's going to be the first time over the phone with me right here on my show. That's right, on my show at King Simon Presents. So remember, Blue Pill is one of the performing artists at my event on November the 11th. So I am honored to have our brother on my show for the first time in a long time, family. I haven't, and I've known this brother for a while. So if you are anywhere all over the world, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth, share this video to your social medias. And because we're going to talk some real important stuff in regards to meditation, the 11:11 meditation that he will be doing. He will be doing the closing meditation as my sister Yendez, who you've seen on this channel, will be doing the opening, and which is quite fitting because the ladies are the opening of the womb and opening. The men are the closers when it comes to closing things down and locking things down and protecting the community. So being that our brother Blue Pill will be with us at 9 o'clock. It is now 8:30. I just wanted to get away a lot of promotions out of the way before my brother comes in. So Blue Pill will be in the building. That's right. And remember, if you are going to be a part, I got my alarm already. Let me dismiss that alarm. That's the alarm to remind me that I got to do my show. So if you are planning to be in New York on November the 11th, of course, you know it is the 11/11/11. It's going to be a spiritual. Now that we're in new moon energy and all that, we're going to touch on that tonight also with Brother Blue Pill. You know, the other half of the twin pillars with red pill and blue pill. And of course, you got Mama Pill, you got KT Pill, you got all the pills. You got all the pills inside the bottle. And they are now out and loose and ready to do what they got to do. As a matter of fact, this hat is also produced by Blue Pill. This is on his website called apparelnormal.com. And also he got a website called soulgoldbiz.com. So make sure he'll talk about that also. But I want to let everybody know, if you are in other parts of the world, you can see the live stream for only $20. Only $20. I'm making it reasonable. Not only am I only charging buy one ticket and bring a guest for free. If you're in New York City or in the tri-state area, we are also going to charge less price. I'm not charging $25. I'm actually charging $20 for the live stream on usalivestream.com. So you and your family can sit down comfortably and see our elders and our youth work together. They're going to be working together on November the 11th, Sunday, November the 11th. Doors open at 1 p.m. and the event starts at 2 p.m. sharp. So get your tickets if you are across seas, you're in the Caribbean. If you're in Canada, get your tickets. If you're going to watch it with a group of people. I don't care. It's only $20. $20 for you to watch it with a group of people. And if you're going to do anything, hey, make sure you send a donation if you can. Send a donation to King Simon Productions. King Simon at Gmail. I got no problem. If you're going to do a big group of people in Canada, a big group of people in the U.S., in different parts of the U.S., if you can't make it, if you're going to do it, I don't care. I just want you to show respect because we do have to pay for the venue. I pay for the artists. I pay for the speakers. I pay for all of that. And I lot the artists to come and vend and do what they got to do to share their wares. So of course, you know, Runoko Rashidi will be in the building. Professor Leonard Jeffries, Professor Runoko Rashidi, Professor Leonard Jeffries, and Professor James Smalls will be in the building. And the opening libation and meditation will be the one and only Priestess Yendez will be there. And then, of course, the womb yoga moon dances, where the women will show you the gracefulness of what Queen Afua taught them as sacred women. And they have created their own dance group to spread around the community, spread around the world. It's called the Womb Yoga Moon Dancers. Also, the live performance by Red Pill and Blue Pill, and also a live performance by Kambata. All right, so it's going to be off the hook. Get your tickets, get your tickets. Respect to all of y'all chiming in already. Okay, Akbar, what's up? Janelle, what's up? Santarita, big up to you. Oh man, you reading Sacred Woman? Yeah, I've given that book, Santarita, Trinity. I've given that book away 3 times to sisters who needed that. So it's a good book. It's a good read, and I'm glad that Queen Afua actually wrote that book years ago. And I remember Baba Phil Valentine and Baba Heru said they were there during the inception of that. I know Baba Phil Valentine was with Queen at one time, and then Baba Heru was also with Queen as far as being married. And I know he was there for the inceptions of Sacred Woman. And Baba Heru was there in the completion of that book, Sacred Woman. So it has a long history, Also, if you're going to be in Brooklyn, if you can come to Brooklyn, New York that day, November 11th, this coming Sunday, remember that it is $30 at Nicholas. You buy one ticket, you bring a guest for free. $40 on Eventbrite. You buy one ticket, you bring a guest for free. At the door, it'll be $60 or $70. It depends on the person that's at the door. But I probably keep it reasonable against $60. And you buy one ticket, bring a guest for free. If you're coming by yourself, if you come in dolo, it's $50. That's all. If you're coming by yourself, I understand it's $50. The vendors will be in the building. I will shout out the vendors right now. Let me just put a do not disturb on my phone right now so people cannot disturb my ting here, Me no want it disturb at all. Me not in the disturbance thing. Me not in it at all, my brethren and sisters. We want everything all right, cook and curry. Yeah. So big up to you. Now, some of the vendors that will be there will, matter of fact, I have so many vendors, and I'm trying to open up more room for the rest of the vendors because people are still calling me about vending. But I'm going to shout out the vendors that are scheduled to be, that has already paid, and that are already in the building, locked in and ready. So we're going to shout those vendors out right now. It is now 35 minutes after an hour in the New York area. It's 35 minutes after 8, but around the world, it should be 35 minutes in general, 35 minutes after the hour in general. And Blue Pill will be on with us at 9 o'clock. Let me shut down the sound on this so we don't get no disturbance. Do not disturb. King Simon don't want to be disturbed. Let's not do it. There it is, baby. It's not disturbance. So again, this is what's happening this weekend, November the 11th. All right. So make sure y'all get in the building. KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com, or you can buy it on the live stream. That's King Simon. No, the live stream is usalivestream.com/King Simon. That's usalivestream.com/King Simon. Also, in the month of December, got some stuff coming up. Boom. I will be in Stone Mountain, Georgia, y'all. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Yeah, I will be teaching on how to use numerology for guidance. Whole class, baby. We're gonna do a 3-hour basic class on it. Everybody's gonna be interactive. Y'all gonna have your own paper and pen and all that. I'm gonna show you how to work your numbers and make it happen. And that's gonna be at the Silver Talisman over there at 978A Main Street in Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's 978A Main Street, Georgia. It's only $20 in advance, and you can RSVP at 470-343-8484. That's 470-343-8484. And I just want to remind everybody, I'll be there. Just call number for tickets. I'll be there. Just call number for tickets. Okay, you can call a number for tickets. That's if you're going to be in New York, you can actually, if you're going to Nicholas, that's 718-858-4400. But if you're going to the one in Georgia, you can go to silvertalismanboutique.com. That's silvertalismanboutique.com, and you can get your tickets, your advanced tickets there, and there's more at the door, but it's doors from 7 p.m. and we go 8, the event starts at 8 p.m. Make sure you friend me, family, friend me on Instagram, friend me on Twitter. That's King Simon Productions on Instagram, King Simon Prod, Prod on Twitter. That's King Simon Prod, PROD at Twitter, King Simon on Facebook, or MC Simon. My King Simon on Facebook is filled up, so go to MC Simon if you want to be my friend on Facebook. So that said, and also moving on, Brother Rich is doing something big December the 16th. I'll be out of town, but I'll be watching it. I'll be there in spirit with y'all. December 16th, Brother Rich is producing the God Frequency Conference with B.O.B., the artist B.O.B., Brother Panic, Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Nalani, A.A. Rashid, Dr. Alim Bey, and Khadija Samadi. That's going to be big, people, on December the 16th. That's the closing event for the year. December the 16th at the Alhambra Ballroom. Doors open at 1 p.m. The event starts at 2. Alhambra Ballroom holds at least 600 to 800 people, and it's $50 in advance, $60 at the door, and $25 for the live stream. So make sure you contact Brother Rich at 646-472-4219. That's 646-472-4219. Or for vending, you call and talk Brother Sarnetta. I will not be handling vendor because I'll be out of town. 347-530-4211. That's 347-530-4211. If you want the live stream, go to USA Live Stream /God Frequency. And if you want to go through Eventbrite, you can go to godfrequency.eventbrite.com. My brother Rich from Black Magic 363 is doing a great event. All right, you just friended me on IG. Double R, what's up? Thank you for friending me. Also, I'll be teaching a class on numerology during the spring equinox. So during the spring equinox, I'll be teaching a holistic numerology course. And to find out more information about that, you will be able to go to kingsimonproductions.eventbrite.com. But make sure you go there on January 1st. If you want to do my four-week class, very reasonable price. I teach the basics. I give you the basic understanding. I even touch on some deeper stuff in numbers and how to handle it, how to use it for your best, and wisest and highest abilities, and do what you got to do. But now I'm going to shout out some of the vendors. It is now 40 minutes after the hour, so it's 20 minutes before the top of the hour. And we got Fab. She going to have her pillows in the building and all her accessories. She already paid for her tickets. She was the first to pay for her tickets. And of course, I will be having my books on sale. Those who know my books, go on Amazon and Kindle. Get my books on Amazon and Kindle. Blue Pill will be here at 9 p.m. Blue Pill will be online at 9 p.m. This is my book on Amazon and Kindle's Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. Or you can get my other book, Boom, 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 Bam. Numbers Are Simple. Our children's health is important. Why this book is so important is not just a children's book, but it's a very informative book that gives you things about vaccine exemption. It gives you all the website to a lot of the different healers. I give you references in the back to different authors that have very good book as far as health is concerned. So this one is called Numbers Are Simple. Our children's health is important. And this is my basic intro book to numerology. This is also part of my class. When you want to take my class, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. It's so true. Also, let me mention some more of the vendors. Of course, Sister Majade Davis is going to be in the building. Uniquely Wyatt is going to be in the building. Professor Ranoka Rashidi, and Professor Smalls and Professor Jeffries will have a table. They will be selling their wares inside of the venue. Also, the food vendors will be Mojo Cafe, Vegan Cafe, or Vegetarian Cafe. That's Monique and Joelle from Nicholas, Brooklyn. Also, Herbal De La Bees Herbals will be one of the vendors. Yendez Nefer Atum, who will be the opening meditation person, she will have her table. Also, Hope and the Unk Man will be there. Hanifa Clothing and Brother Haz will be there. Brian Strong will be there with his books and jewelry. Kissed by the Sun Body products will be there. Veganomics will be in the building. Also, Modesty from Eternal Soul Healing will be in the building. Unk Rising Sun will be in the building. Imani from Imani Creations will be in the building. Brother Divine Creation will be in the building. Red Pill, Blue Pill, and Kambada will have their wares also in the building. KT, the Arch Degree, will be in the building. Ancient Aura Jewelry will be in the building. Abyssinian L Arts will be in the building. The Yoga Womb Dancers will have their own table doing spiritual healing and reading reading. Also, the copper vibration will be in the building. Brother Shane from out of Queens will be in the building. Copper Mike with all the hats and all the accessory will be backpacking it in the building. Malika Ali is supposed to be in the building with the vegan love brownies, and also the Amin Ra squad. Jakim will be in the building with Brother Yomi will be in the building. I'm expecting more if I can open up, that day. Yes, family, that will be a ritualistic night, November 11th. 11th, of course. A lot of people don't see the 11 because if you're the only way you're going to see the triple 11 is because when you add the 2018, that adds up to the number 11. So that is actually 1111 frequency, which 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals 33, which is that Christ energy of healing. So we're going to heal people by opening up with a meditation and libation and then closing with a meditation. By our brother Blue Pill, he will be closing it, and our sister Yendez will be, Priestess Yendez will be opening, and she usually does the opening of the way. So once you understand the greatness of that 1111 meditation going into this new year, because remember, like I told you in numerology, when you study numerology, and I got to thank one of my teachers of numbers, Brother Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you get his book, Numbers and You Classic. This is a classic book. It's been in various covers. It's been even hardcover back in the day. Numbers and You by Lloyd Strayhorn, one of my teachers. Also, here's another one of his books. This one is called Lloyd's Book of Numbers. Lloyd's Book of Numbers. Very good, informative books. And before I move on to what I was going to say about the 1111, I just received this in the mail. This is Dr. Africa's new textbook, African Holistic Health textbook. He has 713 pages. He's breaking down the dominoes, the metaphysics of dominoes. He's breaking down the metaphysics of tarot and health, the metaphysics of dominoes and medication and health. He's breaking down the metaphysics of numerology and health, which I do in my book. But he's going in this new textbook. He's added some great more information in this book. This is his textbook, the brand new Dr. Laila Africa textbook of African holistic. Look at that. Look at that. His face is even up there. Let me go closer. His face is even up there. Look where he got it in the conducer. Yeah, he got it right there. His face is even in there. Dr. Laila Africa, our brother. Make sure you take his class, man. Make sure you take Brother Laila Africa's class, because you don't know how long our brother's going to be on earth. We didn't know how long Brother Sabi was going to. We don't know how long a lot of us are going to be on this earth. So take what they have brought to this earth and take advantage of it. Now, getting back into the 1111 energy, because that 11, 11, 11 equals 33, that is a master number. So once you understand the master number 33, which is a master of expression, a master of expansion, a master of growing strongly in that energy of healing, because it adds up to a 6, and 6 is also the balance to deal with the ma'at, the truth, the justice, the reciprocity. It deals with balance and harmony and beauty, but also deals with, on the negative side, if you don't take care of your health, if you don't monitor your speech, if you don't monitor how you talk, there's a negative, there's a duality to all numbers, even the master numbers. Because I know personally, the people that I've consulted that was born under the number 11, or born on the 11th day, or the 22nd day, or the 29th day, people that had that master number, they seem to go through a lot of problems if they don't understand who and what they are. And like I say to most people, even though you have a master number, you could be born on the 11th or the 22nd of the month, or your numbers could add up to 33 and 44 and all kinds of numbers. If you don't understand how to use the energy and the frequency or the vibration of that number to take yourself to a higher level, you will be complacent and stuck on a lower level. So that's why I do numerology, to break those type of things down. I give you the duality because a lot of numerologists like to give you all the hodgepodge and all the beauty of numbers, and you're so this and you're so that. You ain't a goddamn thing if you don't understand the trauma. You got to understand the trauma and the drama so you can manage the trauma, manage the drama, and rise up above it so you can master this realm and do what you got to do. That's what numerology does for people. It's a guidance. It's not something that you worship and not something that you praise down, you bow down. It has nothing to do with your religion. It don't care about your religion. Numbers are objective. Numbers don't care about nothing. It's just like the universe. The universe is the universe. It don't care what you're going through. it's just going to continue to flow and do what it flow in the means as far as guiding you back to your natural self, because it's willpower that's been messing us up. Our willpower been freaking us out here on this human existence. So, and that's why here's another very good book I suggest people read. Very good book that I suggest people read. This one is called The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. Power of decision. A lot of y'all are indecisive on how to move and what to do and what to do and how to move about and how to rise to a next level, how to maintain this human existence for the temporary part of it. It's a human existence for the temporary part of it, but in actuality, this is the finite world. Brother Panic has taught it. Brother Bobby Hammond has taught. Phil Valentine, Aline Bates teaching it. All of this, all of these brothers are teaching it. It's a finite world. We come from the infinite, come to the finite, and go right back to the infinite. So life is but a dream here. So you got to be careful of how you get too involved with the human bull crap. But yet, because we're in this world and we got to learn not to be of this world, we got to just do what we have to do. So numerology is just one of those guiding modalities. Just guiding modalities to bring a certain amount of understanding to who you are and what you are so you can elevate to that next level. That's all it is. I always tell people to go take a reading with either Brother Panic, take a reading with either Khadidra, take a reading with astrologers, take a reading with cosmophysics like my brother Ra Akul or Ma Akul or different people, or go study with them and all that kind of stuff. So it's so important that we learn to find out and understand these modalities. I'm having good. What Dreams May Come, very good movie. Matter of fact, I just got that movie back into my archive, and with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Robin Williams, which is interesting. Robin Williams took his life, which is very interesting to me. And because once I started looking at that, I realized that Robin Williams at that particular time was in certain cycles that would guide him or would make him think that he needs to take his own life. But if you check out the movies Robin Williams have been doing back in those days, Robin Williams have been done since Mork and Mindy. Robin Williams have done some real extraordinary movies that meant something and meant something to him. And he used to live in those parts. He became those parts. So I'm not surprised that he did that movie, and I really enjoyed that movie. Thanks to people like Brother Panic who reminded me. Watching Brother Panic, he reminded me that was a very good movie to watch. Also, my library is over here, so good book. Brother Panic recommended this book, Astrodynamics by Robert Bruce. Very good book to have in your library, my friend. Very good book to have in your library. Very good book to study. I'm studying this book now. It's being highlighted all over the place. And of course, we got it's 51 minutes after the hour, approximately 9 minutes before the blue pill comes in the building. Also, got to big up some of the special guests that will be passing through my event on November the 11th. Brother Professor, Martial Arts Master, and Professor Bill McLeod will be there. Insurance Specialist Yolanda Spivey is passing through. Samuel Elarape will be in the building from 7 a.m. Race War and Gentrified. Also, Brother Tad Cromwell, Sister Keisha Forrester, Brother Ashe S.J. from the Straight Black Pride Movement will be in the building. Keith White and his family, my cousin, the whole family, extraordinary lawyer who has worked with people like Mary J. Blige will be in the building. Brother KD, the promoter, will be in the building. Brother Haki from out of Maryland will be in the building. Also, Brother Oba, the brother of Dr. York, the older brother of Dr. York, will be passing through. Brother Latif, Abdul Latif, will be in the building from African Islamic Mission, will be in the building. Brother Herman Smalls is coming through. Brother Rich is coming through. Sanetta TV, Baba TV, all of them coming through. Joshua Sarah, extraordinary poet and spoken word artist. Professor Griff said he's coming through. I mean, these are people that told me to put them on the list. So I just got them right here on the list. And Ben and Gail Armstead is going to be coming through. So, hey, I got a lot of people coming through. So it's my anniversary. It's my celebration in 23 years in promotion and production. 23 years of doing promotion and production. So it is what it is. But getting back to 11, 11, 11, understand 11 in the mastery and a master of the number is the number of revelation, revelatory energy, visionary energy, spiritual depth, seeing things that other people don't see. So when you have 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11 is like an angel number when you see that. It's like 444, 333, 555. You see 11, 11, 11. So you getting the triple energy of all of it at its highest, but you could also get the triple energy of the weakest and the lowest part of it. So where there's a master number 11 and there's too much of it, then you see deception also, deceiving of people. So you always have to pay attention. That's why these are called the Jason months. This is the last of the Jason months. July, August, September, October, November. Understanding those when they're making those sacrifices, and a lot of people are being sacrificed. You find people missing heavily during these months, the Jason months. Those are the things you have to be reminded of and pay attention to. If you want to find out further information about that, my brother Isaiah, the Duke of Tears, break that down heavily. He goes in on it. So look, I'm celebrating 23 years this year in promotion professionally, but I've been doing it since I've been doing it since I was 12. And then I officially started doing it in the consciousness when I was in 1985. So I was like 20. How old? I can't even remember how old I was. Let me get my calculator out and start breaking that down. Let me see. 1985. Take away 19. Okay. I was 18 when I started doing officially the conscious, but I got this consciousness at 14. So it is what it is. I was in the 5% Nation. I was in the Ansar Allah. I was in the Nation of Islam. I've been through the Hebrew. I've been through all of that. Christianity, all of that stuff. I've been through all the schools. Now I found the commonality to bring it all together and use what I need to make me a better person, to make me the legend that I am and the legend that you are. Every one of you have your own walks, and every one of us could either walk at its highest or they could walk at its lowest. Balance it out. Learn to balance. Understand the dark and the light, baby. Understand the dark and the light. All right. So we're going to get ready to call our brother before. We're going to get ready to call our brother, get him in the line. And it's 5 minutes before, but I want to make sure I give him a proper introduction because this brother is a dear brother to me for many years. Okay. All right. So we're going to get ready to call in the blue pill and see what's happening with my brother. Let's see what's happening. Oh, Silky. Yes, sir. We're gonna call him in.
Peace, Simon.
Peace, my brother. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, my brother. I want to make sure I give you the right introduction, the King Simon way. Okay, sir? you know how I do, sir. Look, family. Now, y'all know me. If y'all don't know who I am, y'all gonna learn today. Now, those that are watching, they got a good amount of people that's tuning in and that's watching now all over the world, all 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. This brother that we're about to bring on, family, is not only a part of the twin pillars, but he's part of the main pillar because he has a mama pill, he has a brother pill, he has a little brother pill, he has a sister pill, he has a whole family full of pills, and all the pills have come out of the bottle to start teaching the world. So I'm so happy to have my brother on my line on King Simon Presents on YouTube for the first time ever. This is my brother. He started his business with me back in 2009, where I opened and brought Dr. Sabi in town, and he's a week away from his birthday, and 9 years we've been knowing each other with this. I've known him for before that, but 9 years he started that business, and he was doing Seventh Heaven and all that, and this brother is the magnificent, the one, the only Brother Blue Pill. Everybody show your love and respect to Brother Blue Pill. What's up, brother?
Indeed. Peace to you and yours, Brother Blue, reporting live and direct. It is an honor to be on your platform, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Simon.
Thank you,
what I'm saying? Every time that we unite, we create magic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I have always, every opportunity that's been afforded to me, I've acknowledged your participation with creating a platform that inspired me to come out, with all of the stars aligned at the right time at the Dr. Sabi event to come out with Seven Heaven.
That's right.
So you'll always be part of our history.
Yes, sir. Well, brother, thank you very much. And I just want to get things out of the way. Please big up your websites and big up all the stuff that you got. You got your websites and how people can contact you.
Yes.
Please, real quick. Go ahead.
The monatomic goal, Soul Gold, can be found at Soul Gold Biz, SOLEGOLD biz.com.
Mm-hmm.
The apparel is at apparelnormal.com. The jewelry is at mypowerpieces.com. And we have some things that we are remodifying, dealing with the seven heaven and the water and all of those things. So, God willing, we'll have everything ready by Sunday. If not, we'll keep the family posted.
Mm-hmm.
And $ Blue Pillar 44. That's my cash app.
Word.
Because
say that again, brother. Say that again. They don't understand.
$ Blue Pillar 44. Okay, that's the cash app address. As I learned this past week, you know what I'm saying? Everything is campaign.
That's right.
Campaigning finances is more important than anything. So if you're gonna throw your vote away for some politicians, you can vote with your dollars with some people that's pressing the front line every day, all day for the betterment of themselves and the people by Karis.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
And I just set up my cash app last night. Last night.
That cash app.
Yo, $ King Simon 3158. That's right, Cash App. That's $ King Simon 3158, which is my sigil, numerology sigil. And the three represents expansion, the 1 represents creativity, the 5 represents abundance, and 8 represents legacy, leaving, and more money and more power. So I developed sigils for you too. I developed sigils in numerology for you too, if you want a sigil for yourself. But my brother, first of all, I want to say I'm very proud of you, my brother, and your family, as far as your legacy goes back to Dr. Sebi. You growing up with Dr. Sebi, but also your brother KT. His father was George Tate, the late great George Tate, the laureate of Harlem back in the day, who I met numerous times and remember him from back in the past. But I was in my Islam mode then with the Nation of Islam, so I remember. So, but I'm glad
the poet laureate of Harlem,
poet laureate of Harlem, and I was I'm so proud of your whole family stepping up and stepping out, because also y'all was in the fashion world back in the day when I knew Jackie Tyson and them too. So I was in SOBs and them places back in the day. So we go back, and of course you was writing and all that with JP and all that, writing for different. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah, that's my people, man. And Scar was out there. Everybody was out there. Source Magazine. Everybody was doing their thing. I was doing it in reggae, but these guys were doing it in hip hop and fashion. So I was always out there too, and I just want to say I'm proud of you and your brother for the many years of what y'all been doing and how you've been doing. And we all, as your journey, my journey, your brother's journey. I know we went through our struggles, whether we went to jail or we went here, went there, but we all are here today to be seen and not just be viewed, and that's a good look, because every day above ground is a good day, and it's a meaningful day that we could be mad, making a difference. So tell us about your journey briefly, brother, as far as coming from where you came from your family and working with Dr. Sebi, and then coming to where you're at now in the music and doing what you're doing in the so-called conscious people.
Triumph through adversity, at the tender age of 5, my mother brought us back to St. Croix, to the ancestral birthplace of her parents, her mother, her father, and her foreparents were from that region of the planet. And she was pregnant with KT at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So she took us back with her to St. Croix to give birth to KT. She didn't want to do it in the States. So while there and in the process of giving birth, she had an iron deficiency, and a friend of her recommended that she go and see a herbalist who lived at the top of a mountain in the rainforest in St. Croix.
Wow.
And she made the trek all the way up the mountain because she was dying,
Wow.
She had lost a lot of blood. And she went up the mountain, and by happenstance, she met a crazy dude with his shoes off named Dr. Sebi. And, as anyone who has been in the company of this brother, they know that his oratory, storytelling skills are captivating, that they're mesmerizing.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother was mesmerized by these stories, and knowing that she came from a family of of bushwomen, of healers, she felt that it was a moral imperative that she gets closer to her calling. So not only, he gave her the herbs, and the herbs actually worked for her. They healed her at the time when the hospital was telling her they couldn't do much for her. So she just felt that she needed to learn and study more. So she came under the tutelage of him, and, ended up convincing him to come back to the States for her to address an issue that she had left at the time, when she departed from the States, which was her friends that she had gone to school with was turning into zombies because they were not partaking in this drug. I don't know if it had a name at the time, but it was crack cocaine.
Wow.
Because I'm hearing feedback through my headphones. That's not reflecting on your end.
No, sir. No, sir. It's not. It's not reflecting.
Okay. Yeah. So they initially came back into the States to deal with Teddy Pendergrass, who was a client.
Yes, I remember. Right.
So they were going from Washington to Philly, I believe, and then she had brought him to meet her mother, my grandmother, in New York. He ended up having a meeting or something of the other sort, and they ended up getting that office in Brooklyn. That's directly where the Barclays Center is at, specifically where the Rockaway store used to be.
Yes.
And they set up shop there, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the magic took place. It originally was called the Ogun Institute, based on the fact that Sabi was utilizing plants that were high in iron phosphate. You know what I'm saying? Because 98% of the population is iron deficient. You know what I'm saying? So he was using iron. He tied iron into Ogun, the Orisha god, and he started getting backlash from the community, the high religious community, Caribbean community. It was in Brooklyn at the time, so he changed it to his daughter's name, which was Ucha.
Right.
Yes, and thus started, the legacy or the legend of the Ucha Herbal Research Institute.
Brother Blue, say your Cash App again so I can put it here, right here. Say your Cash App again, please.
Oh, $ Blue Pillar 44.
Okay, $. Okay, I said just Blue Pillar. Okay, Blue Pillar.
Yeah.
Hold on. 44.
Yes.
I just want to make sure they got it. Cash App. All right. Just make sure you're all right. looking out for yourself, bro. Looking out for you, brother. Yeah, continue. I know you started. They started the Usha name. Go ahead. Usha Village. Yes.
They started the Usha Herbal Research Institute, and I mean, everything that we all know about or that we all have heard about took place from that point on. You know what I'm saying? From the healing of any and everything that you can imagine. And the first client in particular who had the AIDS or HIV was a man named Frank White. He was a client that was came from Boston. He was actually in hospice, so he didn't physically come to the office. They sent the nurse, and my mother was the one that intercepted that particular client, and she gave a protocol that was prescribed for pneumonia, because that's what he was told, this particular client had. And of course, she was taught that all disease is mucus related. So she just doubled up or tripled up on, whatever she would give the protocol for. And they came back, sometime later with the documentation saying that this client was actually HIV positive at one point, and now with HIV negative. They wanted to know, how did this happen? Because it was something that the medical establishment was saying couldn't happen. My mother didn't know what HIV was. I don't think nobody in the office knew at that time what HIV was.
Right.
So thus started the legacy. My mother also was the one that took the ad out in the Village Voice. They started the snowball effect, which led to the indictment by Robert Abrams. And the state attorney, with them telling them they can't run that ad in the paper. She created the typecast and she went and placed it in all of them papers. So, I was able to receive a lot of this information from a direct source. Not only the fact that I was seeing what was going on, but I was hearing it as well. And I remember, there was a lot of support initially from the community. And I remember when there wasn't support from the community. I remember when there wasn't support from the healing community. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when there wasn't support from you name it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So it wasn't something necessary. And I remember the backlash in St. Croix. I remember people coming to the office wanting to fight Sabi.
Yes, sir.
I remember an elder named Sultan. He's still part of our community,
Yes.
but he's now in uh, uh, the Earth Center community, I believe. He's an
Okay.
elder in that community.
With the Dogon,
I
right?
remember, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
he got
yeah.
punched in the eye.
Yeah, I
You know
remember
what I'm
that.
saying?
Right, right, right.
And it was traumatic as a child to see that. And I was like, why are you bucking like that? And it's like, oh, they saying he's a witch doctor. You know what I'm saying? He's practicing playing with these herbs. And there's a direct correlation to herbs and spirit medicine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the Christians wasn't trying to hear that. They wasn't feeling the fact that this man had cures. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a backlash. So initially in my childhood, it wasn't attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? I knew that things were taking place, but I wasn't old enough to really grasp the gravity of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got into Brooklyn, I was attracted to the things that were going on in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? My father put us in some polo rugbies and sent us to school the first day of school. Then we started second grade. And I never had to look back because we became popular overnight because we had on polo rugbies.
That's right.
I had no idea that I was entering a realm of fashion where you would be, you know what I'm saying? Even though this was later on. By the time I got to Jackie Robinson, IS 320, I remember the first day of school, I literally saw somebody get lifted off their feet with an uppercut, punched out of their felines.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
And like for the whole day, people getting stripped down, butt ass on their way home for their garments.
They stealing, yeah, back in the day.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Your coat, your sneakers. They were snatching lead patches off of your jeans.
Yep.
Like they was just doing the most.
Yeah.
I'm coming from St. Croix where they had you wearing pink polos to school. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, but now I got a polo on, but it actually has a polo horse, and I'm the coolest kid in class. So, from that age, we got introduced to different elements in street life. And by the age of 14, I was boosting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And my boosting career lasted maybe to the age of 30. I'm just keeping it at 100.
100, yeah.
So for about 15 years of my life, I was enthralled in the street life, giving my mother ulcers, giving Sadie headaches, you know what I'm saying? And we just wasn't, we had to taste we was drinking from a whole different well.
Mm-hmm. I used to hear Sabi call your name out at certain lectures. Paul?
Yeah, he was hard on us, you know what I'm saying, because we was putting our mother through unnecessary stress. And I think that directly was affecting the efficiency of how the business was run.
Right, right.
And it's just not something that any young man should be putting their mother through to sacrifice so much. And in hindsight, I can see it for what it is and what it was worth. But at that age,
right,
you know what I'm saying, I was totally under the spell. And that's why I think that at his age, we're able to reach and connect to youth because we were directly where they were at. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We didn't need to get into the street life. We didn't need to get enthralled into that particular lifestyle, but it was attractive. You know what I'm saying? It was based on popularity.
Yep.
Yep. And it was very adventurous. And I got my adrenaline rushes from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually what made me feel alive at some point because it was just so much excitement. You know what I'm saying? And I don't regret anything because it really made us who we are today in terms of those experiences and everything that I'm confident about now about metaphysics and spirituality. I learned when I was in the darkest places in that underworld. You know what I'm saying? When I was able to utilize my mind to create circumstances to get me out of death-defying situations. You dig what I'm saying? To use my Jedi mind tricks on the security guards in them stores.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? To utilize my gift of gab in those courtrooms to squeeze out of situations, you know.
Mm.
So a lot of things later on that I would be introduced to, I had some sort of foundational understanding based on things that I was experiencing on my own.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, those who are just tuning in, it is 13 minutes after the hour. We have the Blue Pill right here with us today. Of course, one of the twins from Red Pill and Blue Pill. Of course, you know, they got their CDs out and all that stuff. We're going to talk about that momentarily. But, Dr. You being, raising under Dr. Sabi and, of course, your mother and all of that. You know what's so interesting about that? I know your mother's born on the 23rd of one of the months. I'm not going to go into the whole month. And that's a number 5, and Dr. Sabi being the number 26 born of November, which is a number 8.
Right.
You know, in numerology, that is a challenge to each other. So when she put that article out, challenge is usually to make you better. And how would he have known that challenge that she put out in that article would help to propel him even more into this health field to who he became?
Right.
So she helped him. She actually was the number or the frequency that he needed to propel him to that next level, which was powerful when I read the numbers.
I always, speak on the fact that I benefited from the nurturing of my aunt.
Yes.
Who was very much, a maternal figure in my life at that time. You know, I had a wonderful relationship with Usha, Wiwa, and Sasa. You know, we were a family.
That's
you
right.
Know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I can't account for where things is at right now. I mean, I love everybody.
Oh, they still love you, man. They still love you.
Directly, you know what I'm saying? That was part of that phenomenal demonstration, the sacrifice that our parents made, really changed the world. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And we were the benefactors of that experience just by being there.
Yes, sir.
And they're off doing their things, wonderful things in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? Participating to the legacy in their own way. And I just think that the world is a better place as a result of it. And I know that Sadie, wherever he's at, you know what I'm saying, he would have to be pleased.
Yes, sir.
To see that the legacy has continued in the way that it has fractally formed into all these other pieces, even if you have 1 week herbalists coming off of you.
You're terrible.
But you got Facebook positions.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, moving right along, my brother. You know what's so funny about it? Let me let the people know that Ma did tell me to shout out her event that she's doing for Dr. Sabi on the 25th of November, which is a day right before, and it's going to be free. It's a free event at Baltic at their new spot at 595 Baltic. So if y'all wanna attend, show your love.
If I'm in
yes, sir.
In the city, I'm gonna definitely pass through, slide through.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I love my
man. Everybody loved that energy. She born January 29th. She always had that motherly energy, man. She's just a mother. I mean, she called me for my birthday every year, and I call her for her birthday every year. You understand me? That's a mom to me, man. So but moving from now, I know y'all was
then
I mean, I know y'all was straddling the fence between what you was doing as far as the health and also the entertainment. When was it the final transition over into the health also before you got back into entertainment? What was the final transition for you personally? Because I'm not speaking to your brother right now, but what was the final transition for you? Because I heard you was also at Brother Polite's lectures. You was at different places getting knowledge, brother. So and you met Malcolm Shabazz in prison one time. Malcolm Shabazz. I mean,
all of that was all of that. A lot of that was after the fact.
Yes, sir.
I came out of prison. I did a little stint, you know what I'm saying, for my indiscretions out in Virginia.
Yes, sir.
I came home and automatically my brother was in a situation with Jackie Rowe.
Yeah, Jackie
where they wanted us to model. You know what I'm saying? We was the most famous people in our neighborhood for the fashion and everything else. And you know, and we had been supposed to have modeled, but I hadn't been home with my brother at the same time for the entire 90s. Either he was gone or I was gone.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So around 99, you know, I come home and he's home. So we started modeling. And the first fashion show that we ever did was Rockefeller's very first fashion show in South Beach during Memorial Weekend.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then we had did a Sean John show. And then we did a Tommy Hilfiger show at the Armory. And this was the night that Peanut rest in peace, that he got murdered.
He got murdered, right.
And so Jackie was like, look, you know, I used to be the one that was giving them mad ideas and stuff like that. And they disrespected my mind and my writing skills so much that they made me part of the actual administration in terms of management, because we had Zab Judah as a client, Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent was coming around before he got shot.
Big up to Zab. Big up to Zab.
Yeah.
He used to come to the club and visit me at the club back in the day.
50 would be in the office with Homicide at the same time. Like, I didn't see the whole bunch of craziness back then.
Wow.
You feel me? Before Homicide would turn around and try to assassinate him. But so I was helping her run that office, and then our cousin Will I Am, the cousin to ANYC,
yes, sir,
he had requested to utilize our space. We had a penthouse at 81 Willoughby Street, downtown Brooklyn, before Metro came down there.
Right. Not too far from 249, right? That club.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Great Club. Like, yo, I need to utilize your spot to do an interview. You know what I'm saying? A meeting. Right. And that meeting became the meeting that JP and a few other individuals had to do the planning for Four Corners newspaper.
Yes, sir.
Now I was like, Jackie, I need to sit in on this. This sounds very interesting. I went to school for journalism. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I went to Brooklyn College for like 2 years, you know, for journalism, but my bids got in the place of that and I had to go and do my time or what have you. So I came back, you know what I'm saying? I sat in on the interview or the meeting that they had, and it sounded very interesting. Fast forward to like 2000, 2001, I'm on the Parkway, September 3rd, and I see them out there with the first issue.
Yeah, for the Labor Day,
right?
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. At Labor Day, he had debuted the very first issue.
That's right.
At this point in time, I still was with Iron Mike Management, but I had a foot in and a foot out. Like, I was like, I need to do something else. I had met a young lady when I was out in Miami, and all of a sudden, because I still, even though I was working with Iron Mike, I still was doing dirt on the side. You know what I'm saying? On my off guys to subsidize, you know, my salary, because you feel me, they were still trying to figure some things out over there. And once I met this young lady, I like wanted to get a job. I wanted to become a square because I had this this stirring in me that I was overly concerned with. Like, damn, I don't want to do dirt and end up going back to jail and this, that, and the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be alive again. And the opportunity was offered to me to come over there and start writing at the newspaper, and I jumped at it. So I started as a staff writer. I moved up to a chief editor, and in a few months, I became the editor-in-chief. You know what I'm saying? At the time, you know, I was in charge of proving all of the writers that were coming in to be hired, and JP brought me a written article from a brother. He was like, yo, you gotta read this. I think we need to hire this reporter, you know, this writer. And after I finished reading it, I was like, yo, whoever this brother is, not only are we gonna hire him, but we're gonna get from the back page. Now the back page was the public page because they got color in it. This writer ended up being Black Dot.
What? Black Dot, my brother.
Yeah. In 2001, right after I had my introduction to word science and metaphysics by way of I got 2 VHSs. I bought one downtown Brooklyn from Brother Shabazz, right? It was Oscar Kwesi, The African Origins of Christianity. And the second VHS I got was from a Ross on Flatbush Avenue, Albemarle, named
Infinity, yes,
Infinity.
that's right, my
And
brother.
Infinity gave me X-Men Decoded by Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine.
Wow.
Those two VHSs are what officially made me say, look, I need to not be so concerned with keeping up with the Joneses in the street, but I need to get back into my study and my research because I had always been borderline, dealing with information and then jumping in and jumping out because of AAYC, because of Will I Am. You know what I'm saying? We would be in the street and then we would be studying. But anytime that we have to sit down and do a bid, we would be geniuses.
Yes, sir.
And then we come back into the streets and get into street stuff. So I was like, yo, there's a whole plethora of things going on out there that I don't know about. I need to recommit myself to studying. So ironically enough, right after that 9/11 happened, you dig what I'm saying? And Valentine starts giving his monumental lecture, of which he would end to please and say, yo, it's not enough youth that have come to these lectures. I need to speak to people that are younger than me so this information can continue.
That's right.
So I had the idea to meet with Black Dot, share these ideas with him, tell him that I know a brother named Price, right? We're gonna not put his full name out there, refer to him as Christ.
Right.
Who can provide the funding. And then, a brother named Shabazz who bought these VHSs from, they have contacts to Valentine. And then before you know it, the metaphysical underground is born. Eye opener production.
That's right.
Right? Or new production, as they called it. But like I said, I'm still doing the newspaper. I'm still saying, look, I avenue open for promotions, as well as the fact that I'm going to do my going in the matrix, right? Any assistance from within. You need to speak to these rappers. We need to connect with one another. So I'm also focused on that. Black Dot focused on building that stage with Shabazz, which turned into LIU ultimately, which became a platform for Bobby to come in, Phil, Delbert,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? And many other people afterwards. When AA came home, he had a place to come home to. He had a stage that was already set.
That's right.
So all of these things was done in the spirit of that. And I was still pushing inside of the hip hop industry, and a lot came out of that. You know what I'm saying? We were able to invite a lot of artists with our interviews. And then people used to be like, oh, your interviews are so vivid, they need to be taped. And at this time, I had run into a friend of mine that was in the street band with me when I was 15, MGP, right? And Majesty, he had just came home, but he had taught himself editing. He was doing a recast show called Street Knowledge. So he started coming with us and filming the interviews and putting them on his channel, and his ratings were spiking. So when me and JP discontinued our work, I started working with the Majesty. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about JP, I was trying to explain to JP, like, we need to focus on the internet. The internet was a new thing in '05. It wasn't fully cemented. So he was like, I don't really want to focus on that. I'm concerned with these bodegas because I really want to lock down distribution. We did everything independently.
Right.
That was everything.
Yep.
Man, all of our distribution was handled by us. We handled our own printing. We had our own sales team, street team. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was in-house. So we wasn't part of the industry. We was in the industry, we was not part of it because we didn't depend on nothing from them.
But hold on. This is what leads me into spiritual commerce with you, because this is what you built up to be doing to this day and time. From all aspects that you've been a part of, from the health and the family, and then working with JP, and of course in the editing. Spiritual commerce, how important is that for our people to understand that there is a balance between this?
When you say spiritual commerce, because I mean that could mean two different things to me.
Okay. Well, let's put it like this: that money has a spirit to it. In other words, and if you don't treat or do right by it, like Reverend Ike would say, it will mistreat you, and it will.
And
And
Miss Peaches, yes.
yeah, yes, sir. So because you've gone through all these different things in your life that help you to be
And
who you are
yeah,
today, how is that your spiritual base also
you
helping for
know,
your for you maintaining your
it
commerce and doing what you're doing?
it was all a sacrifice.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I was charting unfamiliar territory, and the resources wasn't necessarily there. Anybody that knows me from my past life would tell you I had so much fiat that I would give money away
Mm,
because it came so easy. It was unmeaningful to me. Like I'm like, you hurt? Here, take this.
mm,
You know what I mean? But when I started a career path and my finances was in the hands of other people allocating funds and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of thin.
right.
I remember counting pennies, real talk,
Mm, yeah, we've been there.
to buy ramen noodles or to pay. I remember paying rent with penny rolls.
I used to buy weed with penny rolls. So I know what it is.
That real talk, JP will tell you.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and I think that both are necessary because it made me have an entire different appreciation
Mm,
for money that you work for as opposed to money that you attract. You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I've had money to chase me, and I've been in a situation where I chase money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I do. I like when money used to chase me as opposed to when I had to chase it. But
You know what Les Brown used to say? He said, "During the bad times, you put it in your heart, but during the good times, you put it in your pocket." Real talk. Yeah. During the bad times, you put all this stuff in your heart, but in the good times, it's in your pocket because you went through the bad times to get to the good times, man. That's
you
just
went through the bad times, right?
yes,
So
sir.
I mean, it's the balance. You have to know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What both worlds encompass. You dig
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Mm.
But and you have to hurt to a point where you don't have nothing but spirit, where you don't have nothing but faith to fall back on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think that one of the main issues with the conscious community in particular
Mm-hmm.
is that the removal of the basics and the foundations of what we were taught in religion, dealing with faith and belief,
Yes.
right? Which are the twin pillars of manifestation. So when we threw religion away, we threw away faith and belief. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Mm.
And
Okay.
Napoleon Hill explains in, Think and Grow Rich, you have to have that burning desire,
Mm-hmm. Right.
right?
Right. Exactly.
And then that burning desire coupled with belief and faith brings about manifestation. So the fact that these particular words are trigger words for religion in our mind, we like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Man, know thyself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a step before that though. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? You can't do away. The belief is the stepping stone to you knowing thyself.
Mm.
Because you have to believe first that these tools that you have been afforded actually work. And then you're like, oh shit, you do it so many times. You're like, I know this works. I know myself.
Mm. Mm.
I know where this attraction is coming from.
Yes, sir.
Right? I'm not chasing money. Money's chasing me. I'm so attractive. Money's chasing me.
Mm. Mm.
So it's alchemy
Yes,
that
sir.
we're talking about.
There
When
it
you're
is.
talking about spiritual, what's the word you use?
Commerce. Commerce.
Spiritual commerce is dealing with man knowing thyself in terms of you becoming the alchemist and you knowing that you are responsible for all of the alchemical processes of attracting, finances or resources to yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Mm. That,
So
it,
I learned that through the process. You know what I'm saying? I learned through the process that we can actually make products that benefit humanity and to not be fearful to say that people are not going to support that, but know that right? The spiritual equity that comes with that is always going to afford you some level of support.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then it's on you to build from that foundation.
Yes. That's right. That's right. I mean,
So I grew up in a paradigm where it was expressed to me that, you know, only the righteous are poor.
right. Poor righteous teachers. That's the old
You know
5%.
what I'm
So
saying?
we better taught that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The righteous are poor, so poor righteous teacher.
Mm-hmm.
That was the claim of the day. You know
That's
what I'm saying? That was the impetus for street people not to be righteous, but to
mm,
be anything other than that. Although I must say, there was honor among thieves when I was growing up.
exactly. Exactly.
These
Yes.
were some of the most honorable people to this day that
Mm-hmm.
I know because they emphasized principle. They overemphasized it.
Mm-hmm.
That look, we're gonna move on principle. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna get your head bust.
That's right. That's right.
And it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't duck that. That ass whooping was coming.
Yep. Whether you knew it or not, it was
Whether
coming.
you knew it or not, it was gonna find you. You ain't getting away from that. So that checks and balances that we had in the street, you know what I'm saying? It really made you you had to be, you know what I'm saying? You had to really be on your square.
Yes, sir. That's true. And whatever you did, I don't
Whatever
care
you did,
what
you had
level
to be
you was at.
straight at 6 o'clock.
That's right. In the club world, the drug world, the whatever world you was in, man, you had to be on point, man. That's right.
You had to be on point
That's the
because you
truth.
never know when it was gonna happen.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
gotta be able to trust that man. You know what I'm saying? Turn your back and be able to trust the man. You know what I'm saying? That's on your right or your left because that was just the flow of the element that we was in.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
I mean, those who are just tuning in 34 minutes after the hour, we got Blue Pill, the Blue Pillar, yo, $ Blue Pillar 44 Cash App. You got to hit him up.
yes.
And go to his website, apparelnormal.com. This hat that I got on right now is the legend hat that Blue Pill gave me for my birthday one time. So big up
Indeed.
to him. And of course, y'all know I wear the Moorish. Right now I'm wearing Pharaonic stuff, but shirt. But yeah, that's big up to Pharaonics, of course. He's supposed to be coming through on the 11/11. Going from where we just left, we're going to the 11/11 meditation because I know when I used to listen, I used to be with Abundance Child on her radio show, and then I used to be with
Yes.
you on your radio show, KTL, which I believe kind of grew up out of Abundance Child's show, back in those days.
Yes.
But you used to
No, I mean, let's be clear.
Yes.
Like I said,
Yes, sir.
I could tell the started from the bottom story. I could be here all day, but
Yes, sir.
we missed some spots. But
I know.
I will say this.
Mhm.
Abundance called me. It was in October. I remember because I was out of town
Mm.
and I had to come up to New York for October 22nd because my brother had an event in Harlem, right?
Mm.
A showcase.
Right. Right.
And Abundance called me, right? I remember the day because I had came into New York that day. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't in New York. I had left New York in August, right? This was the summer that Michael Jackson had died. So we were spending in Harlem.
Right.
I left in August. I went to Miami to see my ex-girlfriend, came to Atlanta, got the last piece of the recipe for Seven Heaven from KT, came to New York. The day that I got to New York, Abundance had me interviewing Dr. Sabi on the radio with her.
That's right.
That was in preparation for your
For
event.
my event, right? That's right. That's right. That's right.
So outside of Nikki Love, who gave me the first slot when I was in Atlanta to get on her radio, shout out to brother Unc, right? Brother Unc, because he was on the show at the same time. And I remember they had came to see us. KT and KB had a shop in Little 5 Point. They came down there and broke bread with us and everything, shot a commercial and everything for us.
Mm-hmm.
So between Nikki Love and Abundance Child, that was where I first touched radio. You know what I'm saying? Where I first got my taste of
That's right.
what radio felt like.
Shout out
and
to
I was
Nikki
like,
Love.
oh shit, I like this.
Yeah.
And Abundance, she afforded me a slot to come on with her.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying, co-host. So I always acknowledge and give her
that's right.
credit
That's right.
for planting that seed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I remember because we was all, we was preparing for
Yes.
Dr. Sabi. I remember, and during that time, you used to, you when you formed KTL Radio, you started this thing called the 1111 meditation, and I used to
Yeah.
really, even if I didn't listen to the whole program, because y'all could go long, y'all go all night if
It
y'all
was
had to,
normal.
y'all was
Yeah.
going in, so I would just at least be there for the meditation because it
Yes.
would put me to rest very well
Just the
at that night at
meditation.
11:11 meditation, man. I wish that night, matter of fact, this night 11:11 was going until at least 12 o'clock, but I
11,
can't.
11.
Yeah, at
Right.
least, but I can't do that. I gotta leave that place. But we're gonna do it right that day.
Yes.
So explain why you used to do the meditation and why it's so important for our audience out here to do
Um,
meditation. Why it's so important. Big up to
the
people from
the
Memphis, Tennessee.
radio, yeah, the radio was a very contentious format
Yes,
at
sir.
that point.
Hmm.
Um, there was a lot of different views, should I say, that existed in the community at that time. So a radio show can not like today turn into the screaming matches that people might be familiar with,
Right, right.
but it would be a lot of contention, people talking over one another,
Hmm.
a lot of different ideas being expressed, or even when there wasn't contention and it was hefty, lofty ideas being expressed. I remember going to Valentine lectures, leaving with headaches, like my head
Hmm.
split in half
Yep.
because he had just shifted my entire neurological makeup of some information. Where I'm like, yo, what the? Like, I just got a headache just thinking about it. Real talk. So 1111 was a way, right, as the twin pillars, as an 11 path number. My brother, of course, happened to have an 11 life path number as well.
That's right.
Utilizing in real time numerology, right, along with coupled with spirituality to really see what we're made of. And the fact that we have X amount of people listening, you know what I'm saying, at the same time, right? And me, once again, knowing um with what's the dude from Think and Grow Rich? I
Oh,
just said his name.
Napoleon Hill.
When Napoleon Hill said about the mastermind,
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, if that's the, you know what I'm saying, if what he's saying is right and exact, because we were always speaking about manifesting something on that program. That information was about planting some sort of seed in the cosmos
Hmm.
that would manifest into something that, we all wanted to see. So I'm like, let's not just talk about it.
That's right.
Let's create vibration. Let's meditate. And
Hmm.
1111 is a gateway portal. So we brought forth the Omni Padme Om meditation,
Yes, yes. I love that
and
meditation.
it just was magical.
Please, if you have that music, please bring it. If you have that Padme
I,
on,
I'm gonna definitely bring that out. We're gonna do
please,
it
please.
the same way
Man, I want to send
that
everybody
we did
off.
it.
People who don't know, I'm speaking to Blue Pill from, of course, the Red and Blue Pill family, the whole the pillars, and that meditation. He's going to be, although they're performing at a certain part, he's going to close out with Yendez is opening with the opening of the way meditation, which she usually does as a priestess, and he's going to close with the way he does. And I want him to do it the way he do it on KTL radio because that really sent me into another realm before I went to bed or before I went home or whatever I was doing. I would actually personally would actually tune into your radio show while going home if it was late for me. You know what I'm saying? And I
But
was I, I was still in and out of the nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? Temptations
I
and doing my
remember
stuff.
many a times when people, the guests,
Yes, sir.
sometimes even the host, after the meditation, they would be knocked out. He'd be like, "Yo, hello, you still there?"
Yeah, yeah. They sleeping. Yeah.
They sleep out cold, and in a, you know what I'm saying, in a better meditation, like gone, on the other side.
Right.
Call us the next morning, like, yo, I don't know what that meditation was, man, but you know what I'm saying, I went into a whole different dimension. And yeah, shout out to Rock Cool.
Yeah, Rob. Cool. Yeah. Oh
Shout
man.
out. It's so many people that I missed, you know what I'm saying, that we could always rely. Shout out to the spirit of Delbert Blair.
Delbert Blair, man. You remember he
Like
used to do that? Yeah.
he would randomly just be in the chat room,
Yep.
and you'd be like, man, I just love this show. I just always got to tune in. It's
Yep.
like Delbert.
And you remember he used to do a prayer every Tuesday for the world.
Yeah,
Remember he have the prayer. Matter of fact, I have
yeah.
it hanging on
It
my
was
door.
great.
I might bring that on Sunday too and say it to the people, man, because that was a very good prayer, as brief as it was.
Man,
Yeah, we're gonna make that energy.
I
But
mean, yeah, like the community was small and it was family at one point.
yes, sir.
Like it was really family, not just, you know, not just saying it was really family. Like everybody knew each other's children.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We had respect for the elders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
you know,
Mm.
the situations, if we did have situations in the community that got dealt with,
Hmm. I mean,
you know,
now that you said that, respect for the elders, because that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you before we finish off. Because I usually just do an hour and keep it moving. But how important, brother? Because after what has gone through in the last 2 years, brother, with the whole disrespecting of the elders, I can never do it personally because I know one day, and now I'm 51. I am such of an elder, but I'm going into that officially. So I can never do it because I got to remember that one day I'm going to be that. And all of us are going to be that if we live that long in this physical realm. How important to you? I'm not going to ask about all that controversy. I'm not into that. You know me. I'm just talking about how
mhm,
important is it of you to honor and keep on honoring your elders, whether it be in your family. Because I know I've heard you speak about your grandfather and the 44, and I've heard you speak about your father. I've heard you speak about Dr.
yeah,
Sabi. How important is it for you? And tell the audience how important it is to keep in reverence of those accountable judges and those elders in our life, to keep in remembrance.
right. I mean, personally speaking,
Yes, sir.
and I can only speak for myself.
That's right. That's right.
It's of paramount importance that I edify, what I'm saying, my elders at all times
Yes, sir.
because I know that I am my ancestors, I am my elders,
Hmm.
and I just benefited so much from being at the feet of my elders. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I didn't learn too much from my contemporaries, so to speak. The people that I learned for were older than me and they were my elders. So there was elders and there was elders.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I have a level of reverence for what these individuals went through, what I'm saying, before I even got here. And I have to respect that.
Mm.
It's,
Yes, sir.
it's not for me to be disagreeable with a path that another person particularly took that I would have a judgment on and I didn't walk that path. I wasn't even here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? The testament of their strength speaks to the fact that they are still here and they still have something to offer. Now, again, I'm identifying elders that poured into me.
That's right.
I do understand where the acrimonious disregard for elders in the community comes from because a lot of the people that you hear speaking have issues with either their parents
Yes, sir.
or the elders in their community. You know what I'm saying? So there was an identifiable breakdown in our timeline and our legacy, unfortunately, where our brothers and sisters have unresolved issues and we can't ignore that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It,
Hmm.
it happened in hip hop, it happened in every facet of our society and our community. So I know where the smoke comes from.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's
know what
right.
I'm saying? But it got real ugly and I'm like, there's a different way to go about that. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody looks like or reminds you of someone that you might have an issue with, you don't take it out on that person,
That's right.
but it's very hard to convince people to approach this with different sensibilities as grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? When at heart, there's still those hurt children.
Yes, sir. Exactly. It's still
You
those
feel
hurts.
me?
Yes, sir.
There's still, so we're listening to people who we perceive to be grown who are really hurt children speaking on their hurt. You know what I'm saying? Who have weaponized information, who have weaponized language, where, who have weaponized perspectives and ideologies where, they was cutting the elders up,
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
you know, and the wise ear would hear the cries. I heard the cries in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I did enough of my part though to intercede and pull them brothers aside to be like, look, man, you know, you need a hug, and I don't know if it coming from me is gonna make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that parent that you got issues with, you can still reconcile those things, you know, or we just need to shut your mic off altogether until you get some counseling.
Exactly, because it's not like it's not like the times somebody trying to call in. It's not like the times when the elders were the ones that reviewed the young people coming up, like James, let's say Brother James Smalls was reviewed by John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben. Booker T. Coleman was reviewed by Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark, or Sheikh Anta Diop was reviewing people like, reviewing Dr. Jeffries and all them. But they was always in the same circle, the elders and the youth, and how they work together. And you wouldn't be allowed to speak without the elders saying, all right, yo, you ready? You ready, brother? You ready? I mean, it was my elders that, like Lloyd Strayhorn, that encouraged me to write and say, yo, King Simon, you're good at this number stuff. Right. And he said it, and I said, okay. And and I just stepped on, and that's what's I think that's what's missing, that connection. Because like it says in the scriptures, it says old folks are for counsel, the elders are for counsel, and the young people are for war. I think we're missing that unite. Yeah. Go ahead.
I utilize a phrasing a lot that I say,
go ahead.
Micro, macro.
Yes.
I say that the conscious community is a micro of the macro, which is the larger world that we belong to. And when we identify this latest iteration of consciousness that we belong to as hip hop consciousness, then it would denote that this was also going to go the way of hip hop.
Right.
So the way that hip hop went was pretty much dictated by the way that the streets went.
Right. Right.
So even if you look at Chicago, or you look at Detroit, or you look at certain aspects of New York, these places where street organizations were run by a elder hierarchy. Once that hierarchy was removed, and the children now ate the elders, as opposed to this whole Roman, Greco-Roman aspect of Saturn, who eats his children, Chronos, right? They reversed it. Now the children are eating the elders.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That energy, because we are all tapped into a source, especially when we're pulling to say, oh, this shit is hip hop, it's hip. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it like this now. Well, you can't do it outside of the confines of what dictates how hip hop's supposed to operate.
Right.
So all of that seeps into the community. You know what I'm saying? All of the bastardisms of hip hop seeped into the community. And the disrespect for the elders, that was just the language of the street that still exists to this very day. That issue hasn't been dealt with. So we have an opportunity to take the reins and do something on our own to say, look, we can turn the tide, and we're going to be the adults. We're going to be responsible. We're going to be the leaders. You know what I'm saying? Because if you haven't seen anything after this past week, we don't have identifiable leaders.
That's right. Exactly.
And because of that, we are being so impulsive to people who may throw their name on ballots that we've only heard for 2 or 3 weeks. And then that becomes the champion of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a profile. We don't know who these people are.
That's right.
We suffer from a lack of leadership or imagery in leadership, even if you don't, because everybody don't identify. I got a leader. You know what I'm saying? Well, just an identification of what the shit even looks like. If it's part of an organization that you don't belong to, like where the men at?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I heard your whole breakdown and your interview with Brother Rich about that whole situation, which I'm not gonna get into because you seen what I did with Charlemagne on their thing. Because he tried to shame people, and I'm not gonna get into it. It's over. I'm not into the foolishness.
Nah, it ain't over. We can't let it pass.
That's true. It's not over in that sense, but as far as the voting thing, these guys, man, we gotta. You're right. We gotta keep on voicing our opinions of people.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. He named himself after a Roman emperor.
Exactly, Charlemagne.
So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But we can't allow that to be the voice that speaks for us. We
That's
can't
true.
allow that to be the voice that dictates to our children.
That's
And
true.
then you turn around the next day and then you promote niggatry in all of its facets on your program.
That's right. That's right. That's
You
right.
dig what I'm saying? As if that's not a bigger threat to our people at this time than nationalism or running neck and neck with it.
Mm. That's right.
You,
That's right.
you, you dig what I'm saying? It's just the height of hypocrisy is just amazing.
Mm.
And like I said, it can only exist like this where men don't exist in a jungle environment. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Or there's no warriors, or the lions are so old that they've just been let out to pasture.
Mm. But isn't it
So,
ironic that it just pops up right during the new moon energy coming in? What he said, and then how the whole, because the new moon is like tonight, but the energy was
right,
coming in from yesterday.
the shadow of it, yes.
Yeah, the shadow was coming from it yesterday, and it's going to be emotional. A lot of emotion came up through it.
A lot of emotions came up. Like
Yes.
I said, I got unfriended and unfollowed. I got
Me
inboxed
too.
by family members. It was like, you going too far now. You know, we got called out as a community by Roland Martin.
Yep.
And he said our birthday, right? I'm gonna have to go over
Yeah,
there.
he born. Yeah, he born the same day. Roland Martin, yo. Yo,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
attacked me because of that Boulay statement he made, and I went on him about
That's
Steve
right.
Coley. I went on him on it. But we do have to
That's
open
right.
our mouth. There's too few of us not opening our mouth to these Negroes out there. And
To
we
these Nick, that's what I'm saying. The Coakley's of the world are no longer here. These people
That's right.
are running. The Khalids are no longer here.
No
They're
longer here.
running
Right.
wild out here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a forest that nobody's tending to the weeds. It's just overgrown. So we got to take the lawnmower to the ass again.
Yep.
It's only right,
That's right.
right?
Yeah,
And we have to control the narrative. And what you're doing on Sunday is paramount. Because, like I said, it still sets the precedent of saying this is how you do it.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
you have the youth amongst the elders. The ancestors is going to be in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
ancestors had a pitiful week, you know, from Halloween leading up to now,
Mm, mm.
with them wheeling them out on these ethereal wheelchairs just to position them in the front of the room to talk about they died for voting.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. That is so crazy. And I like what Sabir Bey put up. He said our people didn't die for the will of voting. He died for because of the lack of knowledge. That's what Sabir Bey put up there. And I like he was breaking it down. He was doing his he was
Mm-hmm.
you know Sabir, you know how he goes in.
Yeah.
That's our brother.
I seen a lot of people activate yesterday and go in.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was a strong contingency, you know what I'm saying? And I think that that's when we unified the best. You know, there was an unannounced Voltron forming
Mm-hmm.
of different camps where I seen the RBGs going in, I seen Mars
The
going in,
Hebrews.
I seen Rastas going in, I seen Hebrews
Yep.
going in.
It was going
You know what
in.
I'm saying? I seen the whole shifters was going in. I
Yep.
seen mad people going in,
It was. That's right. And we have
pushing against that tide of BS.
yo, we're gonna swim against it. That's how we. That's just that's just the cloth we made out of. I mean, you know, I ran into I was at my son's mother. She was talking that BS, and I had to go in, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave that where you at because that's sometimes that's their walk, and they don't understand their walk. But I'm gonna keep on trying to encourage my own children. Yo, this is what you need to do because them babies coming up, they're also trying to encourage the babies to think like that. This is going. They're going into cartoons with this, bro. They went into the
I'm
cartoons
already
with
know.
this.
So, you know, that's not what Sabi stood for. That's not what Dr. Fresh Wilson stood for. That's not what Marcus Garvey stood
Exactly.
for. That's not what Professor James Small stands on.
Oh, hey, wait,
That's
hold on.
not what
Did they ever exonerate Marcus Garvey for they because Barack Obama had a chance and did he do it?
he didn't do it.
Nope.
Trump was thinking about doing it, or he was talking about doing it as a suggestion from Jeff Sessions, but he just got rid of Sessions today. So, you know,
That ain't up
I
on
don't
the
know.
table no
Yeah,
more.
I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but you know, you never know. It might happen around election time if he wants votes. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to dangle carrots.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
So
He's good. That's a
we
Gemini
gotta
for
do
real.
a show on him one day.
Yes, we do.
I got some
Hey,
you know, I'm about to put a post up earlier. I'm like, well, is there anything better on Netflix then, nigga? You want me to stop looking? This shit is entertaining. Are you crazy?
Yo, and yo, he born June
I
4th.
seen him at his press junket today. I'm like,
Yo, I was telling people, I was telling people that he born June 14th, right? And I said he born the same day as Wesley Muhammad. I said Wesley Muhammad
oh,
is a disciplined Gemini because he's under
mm-hmm,
some type of structure. This
mm-hmm,
Gemini that we call the president is an off the hook Gemini. That's a whole. There's two
yeah.
different dynamics with these two. I was like, damn.
Imagine Wesley unwound. You don't want to see that.
Exactly.
You
Imagine.
don't see them balls.
That's my brother. But how you imagine him if he didn't have no structure of the nation around him? Just
The
imagine.
planet would be in trouble. Wesley got
Yo,
balls. Wesley put his whole spirit into his oratorical skills.
exactly. And then he has the knowledge and the college accolades. He'd be like Henry Louis Gates or what's his face or Roland Martin. He'd be with them niggas. So I'm glad Wesley's with the minister. I'm so happy Wesley's with the minister.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Shout out to Wesley.
Shout out to my brother Wesley. Love brother Wesley. Matter of fact, brother Nuri called me today. Brother Nuri's people called. He's in town.
Shout out Nuri's in town. Shout out to Nuri. I seen him making his rounds.
Yeah,
his
birthday coming up November 21st, right after week after yours, bro. So I know everybody's birthday.
He's critical Scorpio.
Yes, sir. He's a critical Scorpio.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, that's my brother.
Gang. Okay.
gang. That's my brother.
Yeah.
But to close out, brother, about y'all CDs. Let the people know about the CDs, of course, that 11 and where to get the CDs from, your new CD.
Being in the music industry, so close to that actual dynamic, I had always felt like, you leave it in the hands of the people that are most capable of, carry the torch or carry the ball over the end zone, but it never materialized. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation that I was looking to hear,
yes, sir.
It never happened. So once again, we had to control the narrative and get in the studio.
That's right.
And do it ourselves. And I would tell anybody, if you have music in you, don't let it die in you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Don't get intimidated by age as a factor.
I was going to ask that. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, or your access. Because I remember, like, Umar used to clown. You'd be like, if you're 35, still trying to come out with a and I'm like, this nigga take a shot.
Dr. Umar, my brother. I seen him the other day. I seen him. Simo tap.
Yeah, shout out to Umar. You know what I'm saying?
James McIntosh and the crew. Yeah.
But like, I feel that if you got it, you know what I'm saying, you gotta use it, you know what I'm saying? It has been bestowed upon you. It's an expression. I remember I had a reading, you know what I'm saying, and after I read off like the 10 or 15 things that I do, I was at a crossroad. I was like, yo, I was pushing hard with the CMOS, and I'm like, well, what do the ancestors want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Is it writing? Is it the CMOS? Is it the fitness? Is it the fashion? Is it this or that? And it's like the music. And that was the last thing on my mind at the time. I was like, the music. Like the ancestors said, the music. You know what I'm saying? So I worked on it, you know what I'm saying, until I was ready, and I was blessed enough, should I say, to come into the acquaintance of Cambada,
yes, sir.
Who I consider one of the most phenomenal lyricists I have ever met on the planet. He's out of this world. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And under his tutelage, because he executive produced the album, we recorded in his facilities, and we was able to dig in the crates for some of the beats with him and everything, and we were able to formulate a dream of ours, which was an album with me and Red. Originally, it was going to be my album, but I was like, nah, we need to do this together. So we called it Twin. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody knew us as before the red and the blue. When we were in the streets, we were called Twin. So it was reaching into our past and dealing with our present manifestation, also dealing with the ideas as a futurist about where we could take not only consciousness, but the whole globe, the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? Reality itself. So they can find that project at twinthealbum.com.
Twinalbum.com.
Twin the album.
Twin the album.
Yeah, Twin the album.
The album. Okay. .com.
Yeah, you know, so it has spoken word on there, got a blend of jazz, it got your hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It speaks to everything that it needs to speak to in terms of I'm true to my quote unquote age demographic. You know, what does hip hop sound like at the age of 40?
Right.
Because hip hop is 45 now. Are we supposed to not be expressing it? I was born in the Bronx, New York. In the second year when hip hop was 2 years old, I've known nothing but hip hop.
That's right. That's right.
So that's my unique expression. I have garnered enough of my experiences to come back and share them with the world. You know what I mean? That's genuine.
Your first CD had Dr. Sabi's voice on it. Did y'all put him on this time?
Sabi made the CD. Sabi made every CD. Yes.
Okay, great. Glad.
So every mixtape that we have Sabi on it. Every mixtape up until this one. I think, damn, do we have Valentine on this one? I think we had Bobby on this one, but all of the ones prior to that, we also have Valentine on there. AA is all over the CD. You know what I'm saying?
Any Blair? No Dr. Blair?
Not on this one.
Okay.
On the mixtapes, Blair's made the mixtapes. Blair will make the next project, of course.
I think we need to really do a tribute to Blair, brother. I think we dropped the ball on that. We haven't did it yet, man. I had a dream about him too, man. And when I started,
let's do a memorial around February. That's when he made transition.
Yeah, January 31st, but his birthday was February 13th. So
yeah, he's February 13th.
Yeah, he died. It died in his critical cycle. Like I always tell people about their critical cycle.
On the 44th day.
On the 44th day, exactly, sir. Yeah, so that was my brother, man. I dreamt about him. We was in a classroom setting, like it was a classroom. He was teaching, and I remember dreaming about him. He was telling, he was just teaching straight to. You was in the dream. I think Ray was in. A bunch of us was in the dream, man. But he was just teaching us, man, in the spirit, in the astral realm. He's doing it. I got his book right here, The World Within. I got one of his books. I'm going to buy the rest of it. Yeah, so anybody want to get Dr. Blair's book, go to the Meta Center 2.com. The number 2. The Meta Center. Tony is running that. So I'm thinking about bringing Tony in town too. Because Tony runs it. Yeah, because Tony is big in Chicago doing the center. So
we have to honor
do something for
the life and the legacy of Dr. Blair. This man sacrificed so much. He was such a gentle person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was so dedicated to the love of his people. And he was such a visionary and a futurist. He was so ahead of the game, you know, what he was talking about with this radiation. And like majority of my products came from conversations dealing with a nexus of scientists that I originally was introduced to by a brother named Robert Smalls in our community. Robert Smalls was a client of my mother's and Sabi's in Newark when we was like 4 or 5.
The teacher.
Yeah,
that was Brother Polite's teacher in the 2nd grade.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Brother Polite.
He connects all the dots. He introduced me first to Lester Lovin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he told me about Dr. Blair at the time that he introduced me to Lester Lovin. When I met Blair, I was already ready to meet Blair. I had met Hank Rosin's son not too long after that, after I met Lester Lovin. So all of these brothers were instrumental with me knowing about alkalinity and, you know, the stones and crystals and quartz and science and radiation and, you know what I'm saying? So my next product, I'm definitely dedicating it to the life and the legacy of our brother, because I know
Yes, sir.
If he was still here, he would be working on a product specifically to address this this attack
This
on the
attack.
planet.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? The planet is under attack right now,
Right.
by radiation, by 5G in
Right.
particular.
Right.
And
That's true. That's true. Go ahead. I'm
we have
sorry.
to push back. Yes, we have to push back because everything that he spoke on to me was prophecy because I've seen it all come to pass, and I've seen it all become part of culture. That when I see people with phones in their bras or
Yes, sir.
phones in their
Yep.
back pocket, or now everyone got the Bluetooth in their car. He was explaining how the seat that you're sitting on is the grounding device,
Yep.
and you're getting fried by these
Yep.
satellites.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they got the wireless Bluetooths. You know what I'm saying? And all of this stuff that Ben was talking about years and years and years ago,
That's right. That's right.
warning us. We ain't even gonna talk about three sons and all of that. Like we ain't even got to get into that. You
Man.
know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
he was speaking on tangible information, that we would be able to use as a community to benefit from having a visionary in our ranks.
Mhm.
You know, I remember AA brought me to Chicago in 2012 to do a 44 lecture, and I got invited by Blair to his lab. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To his
Yeah.
spot. You
Yeah.
feel me?
The setup.
And I think we got a piece of the world famous crunch cake that he makes, and
That's
he
his
makes
thing.
smoothies and stuff.
Yeah, he makes his
You see a
smoothie
whole different side of Blair
with,
where
with,
you
with,
like,
with
wow,
the gold in it. He loved the monotonic
yeah,
gold, son. He loved that
yeah,
gold. Man, I still have his. He gave me a cock ring with magnets.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
my brother. He's a seller.
He was pushing the cockroach. He was like, damn,
Yo, he was into that.
he's
Yo.
like, look, science.
Yo, we got. That's why the meditation and the libation is so important to shout out
Yeah,
all these brothers and sisters that day. So
these ancestors,
yeah,
you know, and it's important. The youth
yeah,
just came from that realm. The elders are on the way to the realm.
yes, sir,
We are the fulcrum in between.
yes, sir,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
So the entire family, the entire spectrum, like I always honor you for bringing it back to where it needs to be. The conscious communities of our family. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
And
y'all.
then the element of the women involved. You know what I'm saying? I got something special that I'm working on. I don't want to announce it just yet, but it's going to be powerful.
Well, don't
And
announce it yet. Yeah, but y'all encourage me. It's Red and Rich that said it. I know you would have said it too. He said, "Yo, we need to bring, get some of the youth in there and the women, And I say, you know what? They're absolutely right. And you gotta be, as you're getting older. I'm talking to the family. As you're getting older, you gotta be willing to listen to people younger than you, man. You don't know. We don't know it all. I listen to them. I listen to y'all.
they have fresher eyes,
Yes, sir.
fresher ears.
That's right. I used to be 2020. Now
Me too. I don't think I am either.
I'm using the eye bright by Ma, and
Yeah.
I'm using the eye bright though. I am using the eye bright. It is working. I like it. So,
That's right.
but Blue, I want to thank you very much, man, and I want to thank you for being even a part of this event, man. November 11th, 2018, man. It's very important for me, and not only am I celebrating my 23rd year as far as professionally starting at SOBs, but I've been doing it for like 39 years actually, because I was born in a nightclub actually with my father, but I ain't started doing that till I was 12 promoting. But professionally, this will be my 23rd year doing all the stuff, all the conscious reggae. See, I've been in this conscious movement, even in the Ansar and the Nation and all that,
Yeah.
but I've been doing conscious music back, and even in those days, I kept it conscious. So
it's roots and culture.
Yeah, and so I ran SOBs, Urban Plaza, all those major reggae concert show with Buju, Dennis Brown, Barris, Culture, all of them guys who passed on. Sugar Minor, all of them are dead now. Sugar Minor, great, not Buju, but he's about to come out of jail. But people like Gregory Isaac and all these great ones, man, that passed. That's really the reason why I stepped out of the business, because I realized all these guys was the one I used to bring in. They just was passing on, and then the ones that could that was doing the thing, they couldn't travel no more. You know, they got revoked with their life with their passports. Beanie Man got locked up. I mean, not Beanie Man. Buju Banton got locked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Super Cat don't want to perform no more because they try to kill him. I mean, they try to kill Super Cat, man, for his royalties. They try to kill him.
Right.
They set up Burning Spear's son and got Burning Spear's son taken out of this world because of Burning Spear royalty, because Burning Spear pulled all of it. I mean, this is a whole nother conversation. We're not even going to get into it because they be robbing our artists for royalties for years. So I just want to thank you again, my brother. Thank you very much. And of course, your birthday is coming up within that week. You and your brother's birthday is coming up within that week. We need to throw a party.
A week from now.
A week from now. On the 14th.
Shout out to Amir.
Amir, today's his
birthday today.
That's right. Today's his birthday. That's right. Big up to him. And thank you very much, brother, for what you do and how you keep on doing it. Again, shout out your website and any emails to contact you. Please shout it out before we get off.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
$ Blue Pillar 44. That's at Cash App. You know what I'm saying? We taking all campaign donations because yes, we are running 2020s right around the corner. All right, we gonna impact. All right,
that's right.
We're doing a crypto candidacy. We're gonna show you how to be transparent. We're gonna show you how to remodel the entire political spectrum for what it's worth.
That's right.
So, soulgoldbiz.com, SOLE.
Right.
GOLDBIZ.com. That's where you can get the monatomic minerals. Apparelnormal.com is where the clothes at. MyPowerPieces.com is where the jewelry is. And TwinTheAlbum.com. That's where the music is at. You feel me? I hope I'm not leaving anything out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out your brother's website too. Your brother's website.
Yeah,
give it out.
That Cosmic Kale.
Oh yeah.
But
I know we're gonna have to do it.
We're gonna have to do something different.
You ain't got no desserts yet, brother. What's going on?
Huh?
You ain't got no desserts yet. I'm surprised you ain't got no desserts. Like, yo, make the kale chips or something. Do something, bro. The cosmic kale chips.
That's
ooh.
I just got my machine. You know what I'm saying? I haven't stuck around in one spot long enough to really get my lab work in, but
yeah, brother,
the ship is coming. You know what I'm saying? And we got a whole bunch of stuff on the way.
Yo, let me tell a quick story with Blue, man, because I remember one time he had to make his CMOS at the Marcus Garvey Center. We had to go in the back room and get the blender and everything.
That's right.
To make his CMOS right then and there.
Right on the spot.
Yo, he's dedicated, man. I remember when he was trying to get that last ingredients. He was doing the last ingredient. Yo, y'all come from a long way. You, Polite, Red, Blue. Yeah, I've seen Polite push carts of food from his house in East New York, from Bushwick, to get to the lecture.
You know,
oh man,
what people fail to realize about Brother Polite,
yeah, man,
is that brother's a genius.
Yes, sir.
He's a hustler unlike anything that I have ever seen in this lifetime. You know, I'm not even gonna get into the other stuff. I'm speaking on stuff that we can vouch for.
Yeah, we can vouch for. Right.
You know, I heard him on Shine the other day telling that story.
Yes.
About his beginnings.
Yes.
You know, he remixed some things, but
you know,
I mean, I'm a testament to, yes, like I said, that brother had to store, you know what I'm saying? I seen him from his humble, meager beginning.
Yep, me too.
And he was the genuine article back then with no audience.
That's right.
You feel me? He was putting on for his family.
Yep.
His immediate family and his extended family was the brother that he had love for to breathe life into him. In the nation that he was connected to. I'm talking about Dr. York and Arabians.
That's right. Yes.
And you know, he also has love for his street family. And this was a man that only yearned to have love for his parents the way that we all deserve to have love for and from our parents. So I love that brother, man. And
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do as I always have wanted to do whatever's in our power possible
Mm-hmm.
to, from seeing his story end up, you know what I'm saying, unfavorable,
That's right.
because our story is connected to his
That's
story
right. That's
as
right.
a community.
That's
You
right.
feel me?
That's right.
And he is one of the brightest lights um, in our community and on this planet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't take that away from him.
Can't take it away, brother. You can't take it
Can't
away.
take that away from
No
him.
matter what nobody say, can't take it away from him. You know, but moving right along, brother. I'm honored that you're gonna be here. Also, I got to big up, of course, brother Rich is doing the God Frequency Conference,
Yes.
BOB, brother Panic, Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Nalani, brother A. Rashid, Dr. Alim Bey, Khadidra Samadi. I even made up 1,000 flyers for brother Rich. If you don't make it out, I'll have flyers to give out over there with this flyer there. And I already, I'm a team player, brother. That's what I'm about. Playing the team. Although I won't be in town that weekend. That whole, yeah, I'll be out. I'll be down in Georgia, going to Florida after. So
I'll be in St. Croix, but
oh yeah, that's right. Y'all doing that's what. Yeah, matter of fact, your brother's coming up. He's coming up on the stage on Sunday to say something about that. And we're gonna make sure your brother KT get to shout that out. Let's big up KT's website, please. Big up his website, please. Please.
KTthearchdegree.com.
And your mom and your mom's.
Yes. GreenLifeTR.com.
Mm-hmm.
Greenleaf-herbs.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is it herbs or herbal? I believe it's
herbal. Herbal. I think it's herbal.
Herbal. Okay.
Yeah, Green Life Herbal. Yeah, don't mess up with mommy now. You messing up.
Yeah, I can't mess up with mommy. Greenleaf-herbals.com.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And family, like, I just want to make a last minute
Go ahead, brother.
effort to remind you how imperative and important it is to spend time and to come out and see these elders, because next year is not promised.
Yeah.
Another date is not promised for them. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? And these are living legends in real time amongst us. Renoki Rashidi puts thousands of miles on his physical vessel to go places that are, while information is buried.
Man.
He unearths them. The least thing we can do for ourselves is honor the legacy of these giants that are still on the planet at this time, bringing information that, pushes you forward to knowing yourself
and
in a more ancestral way.
Blue, I was talking to Renoko, and matter of fact, I'll be interviewing Renoko Rashidi tomorrow right here on my channel. Tomorrow at 7:00, I'll be interviewing. But this brother is so honorable that he said he wanted to go on first because Professor Smalls and Professor Jeffries are his elders. That's what he said. And I said, Baba, as far as a promotional thing, people, they see Jeffries and Smalls all the time here in New York. But because you're not here regularly, I need to put you on at least second. Because I know, and he was kind of reluctant. He really don't want to go on second. He'd rather go on first, but he said he'll do it because since everybody's in agreement, everything is cool. Professor Smalls is cool, and Professor Jeffries is coming in late anyway, so he'll be closing. But yo, that was honorable, because he said he said to me on the line, he said, yo, maybe that's, I hope this is not just no promotional ploy about the elders. I said, nah, brother, believe me, I come from that era of the slave theater and all that. I just know nowadays it's all about promotion. I got to know how to do it right. So that's why I'm setting it up the way. That's why I had you last. But being that so happy that Baba Jeffries, and I'm being transparent, people. Being that Baba Jeffries it has to go to a John Henry Clark tribute, which is by right. That's his teacher. He's going to come in late and he's going to close out. But that man knows, he's not only a linguist, he speaks fluent French. He was one who helped translate Sheikh Anta Diop's books. Y'all gotta, he's one of the team members of that. So y'all gotta be there for Dr. Jeffries and his wife when they start talking and breaking down history. And then we're gonna do a panel discussion with all of them. That's how we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna have Blue either start that meditation before or close it out right after the panel discussion, so we can make it happen. That meditation, so everybody can go home safe, feeling vibe, and feeling on a high. That's what I want to That's how I want to leave.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
So, but I thank you very much, my brother, and please be safe. I know you out there in Florida world. I love Florida.
Hillbilly, yeah.
And we're gonna definitely talk, my brother. All right.
Absolutely, indeed. Give thanks.
Give thanks to you,
And
brother.
thank you for the audience. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, and I'll see you on Sunday.
All right, my brother. Love you, man. Travel safely. Peace.
Love you too, bro. Peace.
That was the great Blue Pill right here on my station on here, and I'm so happy that he was able to get on. And look, yo, we don't know how, that's how our elders are. Renoka Rashidi is an honorable brother, and because he is the youngest of all, although he has all that gray on his face, he's the youngest of all of them, and he wanted to go on first as the youngest because they are the elder. And I still might do it, but just to get y'all out there earlier. But remember, go on the live stream. If you can't make it into New York for this Sunday, go to the live stream. That's King Simon. That's usalivestream.com, usalivestream.com. I want to thank everybody that came on. And that shouted out and that was here with us. And we're just trying to be as honorable and respectful. We trying to bring it back to the family. And I ain't into disrespecting no elders. I'm into bringing the elders and the youth together. The live performance by Red and Blue Pill, live performance by Kambata, live performance by the Womb Yoga Moon Dancers, live libation and meditation by Priestess Yendez, and of course, Brother Blue will be closing with the meditation to send y'all home safely. You buy one ticket, bring a guest for free. Buy one ticket, bring a guest for free. Go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. You can do it at the door. It's going to be a little bit more at the door, but you can still buy one ticket and bring a guest for free. Children are absolutely free. The youths are free amongst with me because I got this information at 14 years of age, and I always believe in the youth getting this information too. So up to the age of 17 or 18, boom, you're in there for free also to come hear the elders, man, because we don't know how long these brothers have got. They way up in their 70s, going into their 80s. I know Jeffrey's definitely in his 80s, and I mean, come on now. Let's show the love for the elders. Also, you can go to KingSimonProductions.eventbrite.com. You can go to Nicholas Brooklyn and get your tickets. That's 718-858-4400. The address in Nicholas Brooklyn is 1396 Fulton Street between Brooklyn and New York Avenue. And their stores open at 10 o'clock. But remember, this event is taking place at St. Francis College, a big 30-inch TV video and projector screen. All of that is going to be there. There's going to be live performance, going to be all of that. And these elders are going to get busy and do what they got to do. I'm getting ready to get out of here, family. Don't forget, December 16th. Boom, Brother Rich, Black Magic 363. You want to get those tickets? Go to eventbrite.com. Eventbrite.com. God Frequency at Eventbrite. It's God Frequency at .eventbrite. The God Frequency .eventbrite. Live stream is usalivestream.com. The live stream for this event this Sunday is only $20. So if you have a whole family, you want to watch the whole event from 2 all the way on, go to usalivestream.com/King Simons, the Council of Elders. That's going to be only $20 for the family out there all over the world, 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. And yo, Atlanta, I'm coming to town, Stone Mountain. I'll be there December the 1st, Sunday, December the 1st with my girl, Jasmine Little. We're going to be there live and direct, teaching you on numerology, man. So make sure you bring your pen and paper at the Silver Talisman Boutique.com, silvertalismanboutique.com. Get your advance tickets by going to their website, or you can call the number that's 470-343-8484. That's 470-343-8484. And it's more at the door. Doors open at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. is gonna be the big thing. We're gonna start at 8 p.m. I'm gonna have some fun. We're gonna make sure it's interactive. We're gonna understand what's going on in your numbers and how to work your numbers to your highest abilities, like I'm doing. Polite wrote a book on them, like he does, like Red and Blue does. All of us are working our mathematical frequencies and taking it to the next level. Brother Rich, born on the 17th of September, doing it. Sonetta, born on April 6th, doing it. The Red Pill and Blue Pill, born on November 14th, doing it. Polite, born on August the 10th, doing it. Umar Johnson, born August 21st, doing it. Young Pharaoh, born on August 30th, doing it. Sarah Sutton Seti, born on January 4th, doing it. Khalid Muhammad used to do it January 12th. Minister Farrakhan, May 11th. Minister Nuri born November the 21st. I mean, I could keep on going and going. In the Hebrew community, Tazaria born January 18th. I mean, I could keep on going as long as I knew my numbers. I'd be throwing it out there. But I'm telling you, family, Dr. Africa, January 27th. His wife, January 16th. Yo, I'm telling you, family. Also, get Brother Dr. Africa's new book, The Textbook of African Holistic Health. Yo, 713 pages of fire. And he got a lot of new stuff in here, especially breaking down all the esoteric stuff and how to deal with the medical and the metaphysics of medication, the metaphysics of the medical field, and all that. Make sure you get my book also, family. These are my two books. Numbers Are Simple. Our Children's Health is Important on Amazon or Kindle or Dr. Africa's website, or Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. Bang. And of course, don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn's book. Lloyd Strayhorn's book is big, big, big. This is an ancient book of time, baby. Numbers and You. And of course, one of his new books that's on Dr. Africa's website also. This one is called Lloyd's Book of Numbers. Make sure you get that book. And family, I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and talk to Blue Pill. And now it's time for us to go to bed now. I'm so happy and I have to say so long. I'll see y'all later, man. I got to get on out of here. Let me throw on back my music. Where my music at? Stop playing. Where my music at? Oh, there we go. We're going to close out with the music. Once again, if you want a consultation, please text me your full name and date of birth at 347-496-1022. Text me your full name and date of birth if you want a consultation at 347-496-1022. I'll say it slower, 347-496-1022. And if you want to pay via PayPal, it's cheaper via PayPal. It's cheaper at Nicholas, Brooklyn. It costs $10 more on Eventbrite. But if you want to pay via PayPal, text me, and I'll text you the info if you want to pay via PayPal to come to the event this coming Sunday. I'm out of here, boom. Let's turn up the music, turn up the music, turn up the music. Lot of mercy, lot of mercy. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Peace and soul.